Okay. I'm going to go right off script right before I start and just say we are at a state of emergency. And as Lori spoke, we are clear that this is not even about us. It is about these children, these grandbabies, and these great-grandbabies that are coming behind us. So if we really want a sincere, right society, we must address this issue today. So I'm standing here in hopes that I'm appealing to some hearts. Because most times when we stand before boards, the individuals are heartless. And as we pour out our emotions, right, it seems to fall on deaf ears. And there's a lot of pain, as you said, Pastor McBride, in this room today. So you're going to hear some stories that we're hoping that you hear and from your heart really do the work to make this place right and hold police officers accountable. Now, I can go on script. Good morning, and thanks to you for being here today. I am the uncle of Oscar Grant, Cephas Johnson, affectionately known to the community as Uncle Bobby, to Oscar, to families, to many families around the world, even across seas, and to the community. Oscar was murdered on January 1st, 2009 by BART police officer Johannes Mesley at the Fruitville BART station in Oakland, California, where many in the community witnessed the murder and video recorded what they saw. Because of the videos, because of the rebellion, and because of the Longshoremen Union, ILWU Local 10 Union, shutting down the Northern California ports, we got, for the first time in California state history, an officer arrested, charged, convicted, and sent to jail. Okay. So, we don't count it as a victory, we count it as history. Because we're clear, since Oscar murder, 1,100 people on an average is murdered every year. Every year. So all we can say is that what it did was give a tick mark of a historical moment of something that happened in time. But the issue truly needs to be addressed. So I want to, with great appreciation, thank the families that are here today. I want to especially say thank you to the families traveling from Northern California. This is an important occasion today. Sadly for us families that has seen another unjust murder of another loved one, which always reopened the pain of that loss that we suffered, brings to remembrance of why we are here and how important our fight is for justice. Today is all about strengthening and building trust between our communities and men and women of law enforcement. In other words, accountability and transparency. Many various bills has been introduced to strengthen and build this trust, such bill as AB 953. Of course, AB 619 was held in appropriations. AB 71, Kamala Harris, was she championed basically. And we could go on with the bills. But the question is, are these legislations working? And it appears that they're not when we look at the numbers of bodies that are being killed across just the state of California and across this nation. So we are presently here today for AB 953, the Racial Identity Profiling Act of 2015, which aims to curb the harmful and unjust practice of racial and identity profiling and increase transparency and accountability with law enforcement agencies. It is my position that AB 71, use of force incident reporting, includes racial identity profiling data that has led to the murder of Stephen Clark, no firearm, Shalene Tyndall, no firearm, Oscar Grant, no firearm, and so many others, no firearms. Loved ones murdered because an officer perceived these loved ones had a firearm. That's why we're here. This perception is murdering our children, murdering our babies. We got to address the perception. According to AB 71, data reported to the Department of Justice from January 1st, 2016 to January 1st, 2017, in the reporting of the Open Justice website for the first year, 2016, racial profiling murders is clear in this data. So I'm hoping you're looking at AB 71 and the data it collects and to incorporate this profiling stop in what leads to murder. Okay, just check this out. There were 782 incidents reported that involved use of force that resulted in serious bodily injury, death of a civilian or an officer, or the discharge of a firearm. Of the 782 incidents, 270 were perceived to be armed with a firearm. Out of that 270 perceived, 257 civilians were shot by police that did not even have a firearm, and 75 civilians were missed. Only 183 were confirmed to have a firearm. So really the total is 322, 332 were perceived, 257 were shot, and only 183 were confirmed to have a firearm. But that's telling me I got a 50-50 chance to survive a police stop. A 50-50 chance. Now, we can do the numbers to see what the real percent is, but what we're saying is that the percent is so high that no wonder folks run. You hear what I'm saying? No wonder black men run, because we're scared every time a police officer stops us. Now, if we investigate this data of officer reasons for the use of force, we would find that of the 1,209 use of force taken into custody, what percentage would be black? What percentage would be white, Hispanic, Asian, or Native? And of the 257 times officers fired and hit a civilian, what would the data tell us about the racial makeup of those individuals that pulled that gun or fired that shot?
Sir, can you wrap it up?
Closing.
Thank you.
I'm closing. Our house.
Thank you.
And it brought me to my question that actually ends this, so thank you. Will the board review the data in AB 71 that is connected directly to racial profiling and why we're here? We're talking about murders. The stops are important, but behind those stops, an individual has a 50-50 chance of surviving that stop. That is way too high. So we are appealing to your hearts. We have always said that appealing to your hearts on these boards is useless, but I'm in hope, I'm optimistic that you truly will hear what we're saying and sharing our pain and how critical this data is so that we can make sure that our babies have a right to life. Thank you.